Hi guys, I just figured out how to play the song Your Power by Billie Eilish. I heard the song for the first time yesterday and I thought that would be a cool song to transcribe for you because it has some interesting guitar stuff in the beginning. Let's see, where's my tuner? Guitar's a little bit out of tune. Gotta tune up frequently. So there's two guitar parts to this intro, and there's like a lead guitar, and then there's a rhythm guitar part too, but there are actually 4 guitars in the intro, and they're almost playing pairs of identical parts. So the rhythm guitar sounds like this. There are only 3 chords in the song, so F major 7, and then the next one is A minor. The third chord is an E minor chord. So I figured that guitar out pretty quickly because it's a standard chord progression. I've been figuring out transcribing music for a really long time, so it's easy for me to identify the patterns, but the chords themselves are pretty simple. It's a F major 7 chord, like this. And F major 7 is I think, easier to play than an F chord. Usually people learn how to play an F chord like this, with like a bar down here on the first and second string, and then you use your middle and ring finger like this, and you skip the top 2 strings, all right? So that's like a standard F, but this is called F major 7, and so we don't have to do this bar down here, so the first string down here is open, and then we have 1, the first fret, second string, and then 2, the second fret, third string, and then we're on 3, the third fret, fourth string. So it's like a staircase kind of. So the second chord is called A minor, and that's a very common chord. We see that in many songs that have the guitar and the ukulele and the piano as well. So here's how you're gonna play the A minor chord. So we have open first string, first fret, second string, second fret, third string, and the second fret, fourth string. So like this. I go pointer finger, ring, middle, like that. And then you play from the 5th string down, that, and the 6th string is muted, or we skip that. Either or. You can mute it. You can put your thumb up here if you want, like that, and mute the string. And then so if you do strum it on accident, it doesn't matter because it's muted. So the third chord is an E minor chord, and it sounds like this. And we only need 2 fingers to play E minor. We're gonna play on the 2nd fret, 4th string. I use my ring finger. And then we're gonna play on the 2nd fret, 5th string like this, and I use my middle finger. So these 2 fingers, middle and ring, you hold that down and you play all of the strings with this. So here's the basic way to play the song. You're gonna start with the F major 7. All I'm doing there is playing these 3 chords, F major 7, A minor, and E minor with a strumming pattern, and you just have to learn how many times to do the strumming pattern on each chord. The strumming pattern is an Americana strumming pattern, and it is most well-known and heard in the song Riptide by Vance Joy. And so the strumming pattern sounds like this. It's down, down, up, all right? So it's a little tricky at first because you do 2 downs and then you sort of hesitate, and then you have to play an up. Okay, and it might help to keep moving your hand as you're strumming like this. As opposed to doing moving your hand down twice and then holding it there and coming back up. Okay, so you might want to go really slow if this pattern doesn't come naturally to you. And I've seen it come naturally to some people. So I'm a guitar teacher, and so I've taught this strumming pattern to many students, and some it comes pretty naturally to, and they just can pick it up quickly. And then others sort of struggle with it, and it's unnatural to them, and it becomes like this mechanical motion. And that's okay if it doesn't come naturally to you. What you can do then is to slow down really slow and just go through the strumming directions in your head. So like down, down, up, and then repeat that pattern slowly several times to yourself. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And so hopefully you become more comfortable with that as you do it, and you have to think about it less and less. We want strumming patterns to be automatic, just like talking. So now we have to determine how many times we do this down, down, up pattern on each chord. So the F major 7. So there are 2 patterns on the F major 7. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Then we're gonna switch to an A minor chord, okay? And then, let's see here. 1 pattern on the A minor, and then we go to E minor. 1 pattern on the E minor. So in order to play this song, you have to play the F major 7 with 2 patterns, the A minor with 1 pattern, and then the E minor with 1 pattern. Let's check that out. So something that might occur to you as you're playing this is, depending on your skill level on the guitar, you might be able to switch very quickly through the chords like that, or you might have to sort of stop. There might be wait time between chords like this. It's okay if this is where you're at, musically speaking. There's nothing wrong with this part of the guitar journey. You just need to keep going through those chords repetitively, and eventually that time that it takes to switch between the chords gets smaller and smaller. Sometimes it's hard to notice any change or improvement in your switching between chords because we're talking about measuring fractions of a second. And so, nobody can really perceive that. Practice just over and over again, almost mindlessly, so that you build up the muscle memory in your fingers so that these chords transition really quickly. So that's about it for the basic version of the guitar for this song. You can just play those 3 chords over and over again for the entire song if you want. On the intro, the guitar player is doing something a little more intricate, and let's get into that right now. So when we play rhythm guitar, we don't have to statically hold a chord the entire time. There is a bunch of stuff we can do with each chord that makes it interesting for your rhythm playing, and this is a good example. So for example, on this F major 7 chord, here's what the guitar player does. It's a little bit subtle, but it's an interesting technique, and I like to use it in my playing as well. I think it's Billie's brother, but I'm not sure who's playing guitar on this. You start by playing the F, but you remove your middle finger. So that string's open instead. The 3rd string is open like this. It's hard to see. Maybe I can turn my hand a little bit here. I don't think that's any better. All right, so you take your middle finger off, and then what you do is a hammer-on, right? A hammer-on, you're gonna just move your finger really fast back to that string after you play it open, so it sounds like this. If you've never practiced hammer-ons, then this is probably not the easiest one to do. Usually it's better to practice a hammer-on from on the 1st string or something, like playing 3 to 5 like this. Or even an open string 0 on that same string to 3. This hammer-on the F major 7 chord. Aha, see? It's a little tricky. So the hammer-on comes right at the beginning of the 1st pattern on F. And then the second pattern, you don't do the hammer on again. You just play the normal strumming pattern while holding the F. So it would sound like this. Okay, so now the next chord, A minor, we see the same thing, really. So it sounds like this. This time we do the hammer with our ring finger, but it's the same note, same string as the F chord. So on the F chord, it was like that with our middle finger. But when we play the A minor chord, it becomes our ring finger now. It looks like I'm hammering with my pinky too, but I'm not. It just follows along. So you play A minor, but you take that ring finger off like this. And then as soon as you play it, oh, there it is. You hammer onto that note there. So there's only one pattern on the A minor, so it would just be with the hammer on and the rest of the strumming like this. That's a neat pattern just by itself. Sounds like some kind of Western theme thing. And then the last chord is E minor. And they don't do anything special on that chord from what I can hear. Although there is a lot of cool stuff happening subtly with the guitars in this song. It's hard to tell which guitar is playing what. So with the articulations and the hammer-ons, it sounds like this. There's a little bit of a tough transition between the F and the A minor chord because your fingers have to move to the A minor and then one has to like kind of come off and then hammer back on. So it's like coming from the F. That's kind of tricky. I almost missed it. I could have missed it a little bit when I was showing the example before. Let's see if we can figure out how to make that cleaner. That sounded a little bit better to my ears. Another thing you can do is a double hammer on. Yeah, let's check out that lead part now. So in the beginning, I actually hear at least two guitars playing lead. There might be 3 or 4 playing lead. It's a really interesting arrangement, and I like how they use the guitars for production. And if you put on some headphones, you can really hear how they have panned the guitars like from left to right. It's kind of smoke and mirrors, but good playing at the same time. So the lead guitar, the one that I can hear the clearest, is the one that I transcribed here. And let's take a look at the tablature too. I'll put that up on the screen for you. So the first riff sounds like this. So the melody in this is very syncopated. That means that a lot of the notes come on the upbeat or the ands, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to play. This is all on the first and the second string here. So we're gonna start on the 8th fret on the first string. And it says 8, 7, all right? So you can use your pinky finger, your ring finger, or any finger really. It doesn't. If you wanted a very simple 2-finger version, then start on your middle finger and then go to your pointer finger. Okay, and then our next note is the 5th fret on the second string. And then it goes 6, 5 like this. So 8, 7, switch strings, 5, 6, 5 like that. 8, 7, 5, 6, 5. And the last 2 notes of this first phrase are 3 on the first string and the open second string. You could use your pinky and ring finger like this too. Here's the second phrase. This starts out just like the first phrase, 8, 7 on the first string, and then 5, 6, 5 on the second string. Now we go to the 3rd fret second string, like that. It's a very syncopated note. I have a habit of like doing percussive things on the front of the guitar like this to help me to find those syncopated rhythms. Like that, like coming in on the beat and then playing the note, the syncopated note. So that 3 then leads to a hammer-on from 3 to 5 like this on the same string. Whoop. There's the hammer-on there. Now we're gonna do another hammer-on on the 3rd string, 2nd fret like this. Open to 2. Actually can't tell if those hammer-ons are in the lead guitar or the rhythm guitar. It's very blended and well mixed. So here we go, first phrase. Second phrase. The 3rd phrase is the exact same thing as the first phrase. The last phrase sounds like this. We're gonna do a slide from the 3rd fret 2nd string to 5 like this. I use my ring finger. Goes 3 to 5 slide, and then you play 5, 5 again like this, so. 3, 3, open. First phrase. Second phrase. Fourth phrase. Third phrase. And the fourth phrase. Yeah, so play around with that lead part, use different fingers, and you might have to change pick directions. So you can alternate everything, you know, down, up, down, up, down, up, or you can just go down, down the whole time. That's totally fine. The choice is yours. So this song's in the key of A minor. So I'll just talk a little bit about music theory here as to what's going on with the chord progression. So A minor would be the 1 chord or the tonic. And then the first chord there is an F major 7. That's actually called flat 6. And in this case, it has this open first string, which is a major 7. So F major 7, flat 6, major 7. Then the last chord is E minor, which is the 5 minor or the dominant chord. And so our chord progression in this case would be flat 6, major, 1 minor, and 5 minor. It's a pretty cool chord progression. You could probably write something similar just using the chords in a different order. For example, I could play A minor, E minor, and then 2 patterns on the F major 7. It would sound like this. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful for your learning. Please leave me a comment below and be sure to check out my other videos. See ya!